This week's edition of Grappler's Keep is brought to you once again by Diet Water. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show. And as we are working closer and closer to that time of year, all of the apple orchards and the hay fields and the cornfields are getting set up where the hay rides and the mazes and oh so wonderful warm mulled apple cider to drink along with whatever snacks you can get a hold of, donuts or freshly made cookies or anything else. But make sure while you're doing that, don't forget that while you're driving home, while you can't mull any cider, while you're driving, you can certainly grab and open up a refreshing bottle of diet water. Enjoy that great water taste and know you're taking in no more additional water calories because you've taken in all the calories with all the snacks and apple cider at the mills. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride home. This product's only available in stores where it's sold. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are time zone wise, all on this island Earth. This is Kentucky Hawkeye, KY Hawkeye, your host here for Hawkeye's Old Time Gaming Emporium. It is Saturday night, which means our special behind the counter tonight is our famous 1-2-3 bar parfaits. Virgil, the caramel cyborg, is getting those made up for everyone right now as they get their orders in. Rory's getting the orders Tori is getting the orders in as quick as she can, as she escorts you to your favorite table or booth, or if you're part of the fun bunch, sitting at the serving counter and spinning around on the red stools seats there. We also know that Saturday night is also the night for Grappler's Keep, our WWE 2K25 universe, where a number of characters from all of our favorite tabletop RPG genres compete in a ring that we lovingly call the Dice Tray inside Diet Water Arena, named by our sponsor. We got a lot of good matches here set up for us tonight. We've got some stories brewing inside the world of Grappler's Keep. So, along with another PLE not too far away. So, without any further ado, since we used all the ado making dinner last night, let's go ahead and get things started. Whoops, wrong button. Dare to enter the dice tray? Welcome to Grappler's Keep. All right, let's catch up on all the news from what happened last time we were on. Rulem persevered to win in his match up against Curtis the Pistol Powell, although it was a fairly ruthless one. Rulem looked hurt as he left the ring after the match, but has avoided serious injury and will make a quick recovery. No telling how far Curtis the Pistol Powell would have taken the assault if he had won instead. With him being a part of the triangle, that would not have surprised me at all. But the biggest news from our last show has to be has to be the current story going on with our tag team known as the Shield Maidens. Gelna had a match up against Sable last week. Her one-on-one victory took a bizarre turn after she celebrated her win. Her tag team partner Varja came in out of nowhere and like a vulture and began attacking the opponent that Gelna just defeated. Evidently, she didn't think she'd beat her up enough or something like that, and seized the opportunity to do so while the opponent was still helpless, recovering from a very physical match. Gelna interfered and forced Varja out of the ring to make the save, showing some compassion for her fallen opponent while also possibly crossing a dangerous line here. To be honest, we haven't been doing a lot of public talk about this, but there's been a bunch of bickering between Gelna and Varja lately. Varja feeling like she's the one who's doing all the real work and that Gelna is just there for the glamour and the posing and all that other stuff. Gelna says she's just as tough a fighter as well. She just takes a different approach to it mentally, that she does, that she's out for victory but not out for blood like Varja appears to be. So we got some interesting stuff going on with the Shield Maidens here. So we'll see. Hopefully maybe they've been able to patch things up. We'll just kind of have to wait and see what happens. So here's our card tonight. Tonight we start off with men's tag team action as our current men's champions, the Back Alley Boys, Ethan Drake and Pierce Lincoln, will be having a non-title match against the Barbarians. Balrig and Dolgrim Bravestone, the Dwarven Brothers, will be facing them in a non-title match with their manager Praxagor Thesmophoria there, and they're in their corner. In women's tag team action, we have the Interlude going up against Thrill and Chill. We talked about how vicious their match was last week. They're going at it again. It's Curtis the Pistol Powell and Rulem. In other men's singles action, we have Doxel Rusabin going up against Callius Lucidus. In women's action, we have Gelna again in singles action, going up against Desiree Bouveau, the current holder of the women's bag of holding. And Laura O'Dowda will be going up against the current holder of the men's hunter's mark, Benvarde de Mustaine, each with their friends and cohorts in their corners for backup. Nothing the Triangle would love more than to get their hands on that hunter's mark as an opportunity to get the championship belt away from Novar Xanatron, another member of Team Chemo, along with Ben and Doxel, and back into their clutches of the Triangle. Kimona will be making her third time bearing the women's hunter's mark. She'll be doing that tonight against Jayla Fast Shadow, our halfling druid. We have Feline Locke going up against Goldie Boone with Wandering Silence in her corner as her manager, going at it. And in our main event, we have Varja, who will be in one-on-one action here. Let's go. Yeah, you'll be seeing her later on tonight, Wandering Silence, as she will be taking on Warble, the former women's champion. And that is our card here for tonight. So let's go ahead and head out to Diet Water Arena. All right. The Back Alley Boys are current Knights of the Realm tag team champions. They defeated the Kobolds at our first premium live event of the year and have earned those championship belts. And they will be going to the ring here in a non-title matchup against the Dwarven Blackstone brothers, Praxagor Thesmophoria, being their manager. How did Prax, one of our fans here, becomes a manager? Quite easy. You do that by subscribing to the channel. If you take a one-tier subscription, you can be a manager like Prax is for a tag team. She chose the Barbarians. Or like Wandering Silence, you can become a manager for a singles wrestler as he's chosen Goldie Boone. If you go up to tier 2, you don't just get a tag team or singles wrestler. You can create your own faction. You can create your own group like Team Chemo or the Triangle of Terror or Fatal Attraction, or create your own. Maybe you want to create your own version of the Four Horsemen, or maybe you want to create your own Four Horsewomen. The Four Mares? The Four Fillies? No, the Four Fillies would probably sound better. But anyway, you can do that if you go tier 2. If you go all the way up to tier 3, you don't become a manager, you become a wrestler and could possibly earn your own belts here inside Grappler's Keep. So that's where our managers come from in this. So, but first, we have a match to get going here. So let's head right out to Diet Water Arena for our opening match of the night. Well, he's not on the card, but Boo Morduk anyway. Would I expect anything less from you, Wandering Silence? All right, let's go ahead and get things started. Coming out first. There you see Praxagor, Thesmophoria behind them, hands on their shoulders. Since she has taken control in leadership over the Barbarians, she's had them doing some special training.
Is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring, accompanied by Flores at a combined weight of 516 pounds. Baldwin, Bravo, Stone, and Dalton, Bravo, Stone, the Bloodshed Brothers.
They have had a pretty good run of it as of late this season. That time in the off-season special training that Prax had them going, she has not revealed what that special training is, but it looks like they have taken to it and they are following her every command. Oh, Jovial Paradox, blah, 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 whatever the rest of that is. I wish you hadn't done that, because now I've got to call, I've got to get a hold of Virgil, because you did that. We have to pull out, where is it hiding at? The band spatula, because we don't suffer that kind of stuff going on here within our stream. Twitch doesn't like it, we don't like it, and because of that, we don't like you. So, bye-bye.
30 pounds, the Men's All-Star Tag Team Champions, Ethan Drake, and the Enforcer, Pierce Lincoln.
Yep, someone got splatted. All right. Ethan Drake, Pierce Lincoln, they are the current Knights of the Realm Tag Team Champions. They are the Back Alley Boys. Ethan is the self-proclaimed Prince of the Boulevards. Pierce Lincoln, his friend since childhood, is his enforcer. But don't think that he does all the work. We saw last season how good Ethan was in singles action as well. And there's the bell. Here we go. And we're going right in. And then there's Ballrig going right after Big Pierce. Has him set up for some massive cross faces. Caught Pierce out of nowhere. Pulls him up. Those dwarves are a lot speedier than people think. Fakes the forearm bash. Runs off. And the big forearm smash. Going around it into the ropes. Leaps. Big body press right there. Pulls him up to his feet. Hard whip. Nope. Reversed by Pierce Lincoln into the corner. Not a friendly corner. Objects to Prax's interference. Gives Ballrig some time to recover. Some big kicks and stomps. Works him around to a nice little neck breaker. There's the tag. And in comes Dolgrim. Goes right for the big stomps and kicks. And he's going right up top. Waiting for Pierce to get to his feet. Makes the leap and a massive double axe handle. Pulls him up. Hard whip into the corner. There's the tag. They're working better on those quick tags. Some double team here. They have him up. And a massive power bomb. Goes right for the pin. But only a 1 count. Still a little early. Pierce gets up, catches Ballgrim from behind, wraps him up, lifts him up, spin into a drop. Nice little athletic maneuver there by Pierce Lincoln. Now the shoe rake across the face. Pulls Ballrig up to his feet. Prax cannot like what she's seeing here, and he's just got him by the nose and pulling up. Now just forces him down and a big stomp right on the back of the head. And with that, he will tag, bring in his partner, Ethan Drake. Hard whip into the ropes. Drops down. Pops him up for a punch right in the jaw. Springboards into a moonsault. And Ballrig's going to roll outside to the Elder Spot safety mats to recover. But Ethan comes right after him. Skullcracker. And now a nasty stump puller on the leg. So no short rest for Ballrig out there. Throws him back inside the ring. Rolls back in as well. Grabs him by the leg and a knee breaker right into the mat. Big stomp. And now he'll make the tag, bring Pierce back in. Ballrig trying to get up, but nope, a big stomp by Pierce stops that. Now pulls him up to his feet. Big forearm strike, wraps him up. Hits him with the back alley, but Dolgrim's there to prevent the pin. Goes up to the second rope, waiting for Ballrig to get to his feet. Prax cannot like what she's seeing here. Blocked the double axe handle by Ballrig. Grabs him, massive spine buster. As hard as that was, that could be called a spine breaker. And there's the tag, and in comes Dolgrim. Pulls him up by the head, lifts him up. Massive slam down. Big stomp. Pulls him up. And a hard whip into the corner. Quick tag. Ballgrig coming back in. They got him up. Looks like that's going to be the massive power bomb again. And it is. Pierce tries to get away and does. Makes the tag. In comes Ethan Drake. Ballgrim goes for the drop kick and misses, but Ethan looks like he was still stunned by it. Ballgrim's a little confused. He goes after Pierce. And now catches Ethan Drake by surprise. Shows his athletic ability. Hooks the leg for the pin. And only a 2 count. Big stomp there. Pulls him up. Hard whip into the corner. Ethan elbows his way free, but gets caught from behind by Dolgrim, but still gets a big boot on Ballrig, caught him by surprise, and now the ground and pound begins. Big stomp to the gut. This has been a Diet Water production. Big forearm strike there, goes up. Nails him with the gutter snipe. Waits for him to get up. Goes for a move. Big elbow shot. And now a quick running DDT by Ballrig. And now the big guy's going up top rope. Look out! Massive leg drop. And with that, the tag. Dolgrim comes in. Big stomp. Rolls him over. Has him measured out. And a big running knee shot. My camera's off. Thanks for reminding me. I had it off earlier for other reasons. There we go. I was doing some testing and had to take it off. Thanks for the reminder, Wandering Silence. As Dolgrim is all over Ethan, wraps him up. Has him in the has him wrapped up there for the submission. But Ethan's able to get out. The double hooks didn't hold. Big strike there. Hats up and nails him with the hit the streets. Goes for the pin. But Dolgrim kicks out at 2. Prax has got to be relieved there, but her men need to get some momentum against the champions. Big flurry of blows there. Dolgrim blocks it. And the Viking kiss misses with the swinging kick. However, hard whip into the corner. There's the tag. Ballrig coming back in. And looks like it's going to be Ethan getting the double drop. Throws him down, goes for the pin. Ref taking her time getting there. And, oh, just in time. If the ref had been there sooner, who knows? But Nothing we can do about that. As Ballrig waits, lets him tag Pierce in, and he's waiting there for him. Pulls him up. It was like he might have been going for the longboat, but Pierce floats out and gets him with a chop block from behind. Quick kick to the gut, wraps him up. Nice little power bomb there on the Eldritch Blast safety mats. Kind of flipped him up and pulled him down. And Ballrig reverses the whip, throws him into the corner. Ballrig goes around the steps pretty nimbly, grabs the leg, big stomp to the hamstring. Works his way around it again fairly well. Count goes to 8. They both hurry to get inside. They both make it in time, and Ballrig's right there, big strike. Wraps him from behind. Now Pierce reverses the waistlock right into a suplex. Showing some strength there, and now looks like he will tag and bring in Ethan. Big double axe handle shot. Didn't look like it did much. Big stomp to the back, that did. Has him by the arm. Big stomps. Prax cannot like what she's seeing here. Has the hammerlock put in. And now stretching on the arms all the way down to the fingers. Prax is saying, you've got to be kidding me. Double knees to the back. And now goes for some ground and pound again. Big stomp to the gut. Oh, are we a little wonky on the stream as Ethan continues the attack? Now here comes Pierce Lincoln. Pulls him up, big kick there. Wraps him up. And Ballrig floats over. Gets him and returns the favor on the suplex. Rolls him over. Wipes the mat with his face. Elbow drop to the back. Pulls him up to his feet. Hard whip into the corner.
There's the tag.
Quick tag. Throws him up. Pop up. Right into a power slam. Ballrig. Dolgrim goes for the pin. But not even a 1 count. Pierce gets up to his feet. Dolgrim clotheslines him right out of the ring. And Dolgrim is fighting mad now. No short rest. He's going to come after Pierce, but Pierce was ready for him. Throws him into the steps right in front of Prax. Pulls him up again. Again into the steel steps. Wraps him up and now has him by the back of the head. Throws him back inside the ring, but the damage has been done. Big forearm strike. Another strike. Drop kick to the back of the head. Dolgrim trying to get to his feet, desperate to get a tag, but nope. He's put where he doesn't want to be, but he kicks out from being on the turnbuckle. Tries to get to the corner. Pierce cuts him off. Brings him over to the far ropes. Wraps the arm around the rope. Pushes on the middle one for extra leverage. And now hard whip into the ropes. Gut wrench into a Northern Lights suplex and a pin, but nope. Big running elbow. And Dolgrim needs a tag badly. Prax looking for some way to help distract or help Dolgrim out, but instead he gets whipped into the far corner. There's the tag. Double team action here, holding the arm out and a massive double axe handle to the arm. But Dolgrim just rolls him over into a schoolboy pin. But only a 2 count. As he looks like he's saying he's not going for the tag yet. Knee drops all over the place. Ethan may have dodged that one, but not the swinging leg kick. Roundhouse kick, and with that, he makes the tag he desperately needs to big brother Ballrig. He wastes no time coming right after Ethan. Wraps him up. Hard whip into the corner. Another quick tag bringing Dolgrim back in. Arm throw down. They pick him up. The Viking slam holds him down. And here comes Pierce. Goes after Ballrig, but forgets about his partner. And the Barbarians defeat the tag team champions. Whatever kind of dark magic Prex has going with these two, it sure seems to be working. Another big victory for the Barbarians and Prex. That was well, you can't start off with much better than that one. I'll say that for sure. Great match to start with here tonight. Let's go right back into it here. We have women's tag team action. Our Elven Bards, the interlude, Dia Hanu and Mira Visk, will be going up against our Victorian Noir and Steampunk combo. Yeah, it was a very intense one there. Wandering Silence. Excuse me. As our Steampunk and Victorian Noir team, Thrill and Chill, will be taking them on. This should be a fun and interesting matchup to see happen. Let's head right back to Diet Water Arena. And coming out first, our Elven Bards. They are the interlude.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring, Dio Haku and showstopper Vince the Entourage.
And here goes the discussion once again. Who goes in first? And Dia always insists that it's Mira. And she eventually gives in because she loves being first and in the spotlight. Even though she acts like she doesn't. And looks like they are ready to roll here. And here come their opponents out of jolly old England. Charity on the right, Chastity on the left. They are Thrill and Chill. Charity, the modern Victorian woman fighting evils within the world.
Hunter and the Prodigy, the Thrill Seekers.
And Chastity is Charity's cousin, can fix or repair anything, especially a match. He's our steampunk angle. Charity is the Victorian Noir, and they are set and ready to go. It's going to be Dia Hanu starting off first, up against Chastity. There's the bell, and here we go. And Chastity wastes no time pulling her right into a lariat. Big stomp on the arm. Corkscrews the arm around, pulling, and the goalpost stretch. Wicked on that shoulder. Big stomp. Holds the arm out, and a leg drop right across the arm. Those Bards need that for playing their instruments. Big arm slam there onto the mat, pulls her up. Big boot. Big flurry of blows here. Whips it around, pulls her up. Nice little flip into an arm bar. Kind of reverse arm bar, but nice head scissors to reverse. And a bell ringer to follow it up with. And a knee breaker right into the mat. Big soccer boot to the side. She goes outside, now comes back in. Chastity pulling herself up in the corner. Dia comes right after a massive clothesline, knocks her out onto the Eldritch Blast safety mats. Waits for her to come in. She steps out, now steps in. Another boot. Knocks her out, and another clothesline, knocking her out of the ring. She looks, sees, bounces the ropes, and a suicide dive. Nails her. Kind of a modified one, using more arm than anything else, but still did the trick. As she stomps all over Chastity there on the Eldritch Blast safety mats. Pulls her up to her feet. And throws her hard into the ring apron. Some ground and pound outside the ring. Measures things, trying to figure out what she wants to do here as they both are back in the ring. And Chastity tries something, but Dia breaks that up quickly. Works her way around and a chop block from behind. A nasty shot there. Pulls her up to her feet. Big forearm strike there. Pulls her up and a slam right down. And with that, Dia's going to tag, and so is Chastity. She gets the tag. It's Charity. And Mira misses with the drop kick and rolls right into a small package onto Mira, but only a 1 count. Big kick into the back by Charity. Measures her out and a big foot stomp. A second. And now a double stomp to the gut. Big kick there. She's going up top. Mira's up on her feet. Misses with the drop kick, and Mira's going to take advantage. Big kick there. Going to twist the arm around. Rolls her right into a pin combination. But not even 1 count. Charity gets the attack, leg kicks, takes her out at the knees, and now a kick to the jaw. Before she can react, pulls her right back up again. Hard whip into the corner. Here's the tag. Quick snapmare into the ropes, holds her up for a big running boot shot. Dia looking for a tag, but Mira cannot get over. And now the 1-leg camel stretch. Mira gets out somehow. Big strike there. Waist lock and a nice full Nelson suplex there. And with that, she'll make the tag and bring Dia back in. Chastity slowly getting to her feet. Dia right there waiting for her. Hard whip into the ropes. Misses with the swing and the elbow shots. Connects with that one. And throws her out of the ring again. Dia, she gonna do it again? What works once may work twice. Into the ropes. And a full suicide dive this time. Throwing Chastity right into the retaining wall. Loke goes for a leg drop and misses. Chastity out of the way, taking advantage, scoops her up. Kind of a modified fisherman suplex there. Maybe pump handle, hard to say. Elbow shot there. Waits for her to get up. She climbs up top. Dia there waiting. Whatever that was supposed to be missed. Dia takes advantage. Quick kick there. Wraps her up. Has her up top. Brings her around and power bombs her straight down in the middle of the ring. Holds her down for the pin. Only a 2 count. Pulls her up. Big kick to the back by Dia. Walks right into a quick kick from Chastity. Rolls her over. Measures her out. Elbow drop. Pulls her up to her feet. Has her wrapped up. And going right for the lever. She's got it hooked in, but too close to the ropes. Dia was able to force the break. Goes up top. Dia dodged it for now. But now, forearm strike misses. But hits her with the second. And now tags. Charity coming in. Dia trying to get for the tag, but nope. Charity cuts her off. Big stomp right on the ankle. And another one pulls her up to her feet. Big kick there into the ropes. Rolls her over. Kind of a modified Canadian destroyer there. Goes for the pin, but Dia's there for the save. Quick tag brings Chastity back in. Big stomp to the head. Another big stomp. Wraps her around. Going for another goalpost stretch. There it is. Working on those arms. Just waiting for Dia to get to her feet. Big strike to the back. Has her hooked up. Big slam there. Pump handle slam down for the count. And a 3 count for the win for Thrill and Chill.
Here are your winners, the Demon Hunter and the Prodigy, the Thrill Seekers.
Big win for Thrill and Chill there. They had their hands full, but able to take advantage of some mistakes and made it happen. And now, men's singles action here. We have Curtis the Pistol Powell once again with Rulem. Rulem was really beat up when they met up last week, but he has recovered and he's good to go, so they will be going again. Curtis Powell, of course, a member of the faction known as the Triangle, led by Jarduk Munka. Lore O'Dowda, who you will see later on tonight, is the other member of the Triangle, the faction that Jarduk is trying to use to try to not only get the championship belt back around his waist, but to try to rule Grappler's Keep. So we have the Triangle with a superhero standing in their way. Let's head right back to Diet Water Arena. And Curtis is in the ring already, set to go, as we wait for Rulem to come in. What is he? He's got what's he doing with Wandering Silence? That makes no sense. Did he say Curtis left Wandering Silence at his door and he was going to get revenge? That's what happened. And Rulem, we got a hockey fight going. Rulem is trying to defend Wandering Silence here. Oh, both almost knock each other out. And now we are back going. Rulem going right after him. Curtis Powell literally beat up Wandering Silence and left him at Rulem's door. Now Rulem's going after him. Nice little drop kick maneuver there. Springboard moonsault. So now our superhero is fully engaged. Big knee strike on the Desperado. Big ground and pound there, followed with a stomp. Has him by the arm. Big stomps there. Keeps it up. Hammerlocks the arm down. And he's going to stretch him all the way out. We'll have to check on Wandering Silence later to make sure he's all right to manage later on with Goldie Boone. Goes for a double axe handle miss. Curtis gets out of the way. Wraps him up. Inverted DDT. Rolls him over. Big stomp to the back of the head. Measures him another knee to the head. Goes up. Moonsault from the top. Knee to the back again, keeping Rulem down. Trying to celebrate some glory. Rulem back up to his feet. He just struck him. That's not going to do much against Rulem. And now the chop and slap match has begun. I don't think you want to get into a power duel with one of the strongest superheroes out there, Rulem. Exchanging chops back and forth. Curtis blocks that one, gets two in. Again blocking the shots. Rulem not getting much success as of late. And now the hockey fight begins again. It breaks up fairly even. And now Rulem tries to get control of Curtis, but he elbows free. Measures him out. Hard whip into the corner. Big forearm strike there. Bounces him face first in there. Grabs the leg. What's he got planned here? Oh, that cannot be good for the knee, whatever that was. Big stomp again. Now trying to press on the chest of Rulem. Not able to fully block it, and down goes our hero. Rolls outside the ring. Curtis Powell there on the other side. Now he pops back up, comes right after him. Caught him by surprise with a skull breaker right to the knee. Pulls him up. Throws him down. It looks like there's no count going on here. Curtis throws him into the corner. The ref's just kind of watching, looks like, more than anything else. I think he just declared it a double forfeit or something like that. There's no count going on. Hey, Emperor Evil King, good to have you with us here. As Rulem rolls back into the ring, Curtis Powell waiting, tries to go for another moonsault, looks like, and missed. Rulem misses with his strike, and now a series of kicks to the back of the leg. And now clothesline by Rulem. And now it's over, it looks like. Not sure what was going on there, but some nasty stuff going on now between Curtis Powell and Rulem. Not sure what all is happening there, but good to have you with us here, Emperor Evil King 1. You caught us here for Grappler's Keep, our WWE 2K25 universe, where number characters from all of your favorite tabletop RPG genres compete in the ring. And now we're going to have fantasy versus science fiction here. So we have Doxel Rusubin, one of the members of Team Chemo, going up against our intergalactic sci-fi person here by the name of Callius Lucidus. Let's head right back to Diet Water Arena. Glad to have you here with us, Emperor Evil King. Let us give you your first complimentary waffle cone.
Scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring, representing the Alliance from Avalon, weighing in at 236 pounds,
Doxel Rusubin, our Chiefling Blood Hunter. Seeking to rid the keep of all evil, he is a part of the faction Team Chemo, along with Ben De Mustaine and Novar Xanatrone. Looks like they changed the theme music for him. I'm gonna have to check into that. Very popular with the crowd. Yeah, game has changed the theme music on me here. I'm gonna have to fix that tonight. They changed it without my permission. And looks like Doxel is set and ready to go.
and his opponent from out of this world, weighing in at 215 pounds, beating Luke Sinister.
All right, Callius Lucidus comes here from the Delta Quadrant of the Milky Way. Accidentally crashed here on Earth while he was exploring the Milky Way. Unfortunately, he crashed, and our technology is way behind his until he can reverse engineer what we have, or people come to rescue him. He is stuck here in Grappler's Keep as he prepares to go up against Doxel Rusubin. Doxel looks like he's relaxed. Callius is as well. There's the bell, and here we go. And Callius comes right with the big kicks. Big one right to the gut. Grabs him by the legs, and he's going for a Walls of Jericho here. But Doxel able to roll himself free. Measures him out. Big stomp to the face. It was kind of a modified Boston Crab there. Springboard. Moonsault misses. Callius gets out of the way. Does a springboard drop kick of his own that does connect. Rolls him over for the pin. But only 2 count. Plenty of shock, but not enough awe with that one. And he continues with the stomps on Doxel. Big stomp right on the shoulder, mocking him to get up. Gets to his feet. Big kick to the gut, wraps him up. Pulls him up, looks like he's going for a power bomb, and does. Doxel goes outside to regroup. Callius there waiting for him. Scoops him up. Massive pendulum backbreaker. Pulls him up. Has the hook. Nailed him with the code breaker to the gut. Into the ropes. Big running drop kick there. He's going to go up top. Goes for the body splash, but nobody home. Doxel runs out of the way. Takes advantage. Big forearm strike, and down goes Callius. But Doxel walks right into a quick kick. Callius goes outside the ring. Sees Doxel was trying to head out to recover. Goes for a knee drop and misses. There on the Eldritch Blast safety mats. Big flurry of blows by Doxel. Nice enziguri kick, and down goes Callius. Now he pops right back up and throws Doxel into the retaining wall, it looks like. Pulls him up. Has him by the back of the neck, throws him back in. The match has been mostly Callius so far. Callius waiting for him to get up. Now he leaps over the rope, leaps back like he wants to set up something from here. But it looks like leaps off the rope, hits him with a big forearm shot. Almost like he's trying to steal the Eldritch Blast from him. Big elbow drop from the top rope. Walks right into a quick kick by Doxel. Comes right back up. Flying forearm of his own. Goes to the ropes. Split leg knee drop. Big stomp to the face. Springboard moonsault of his own. Goes for the pin. But only a 1 count. Another big stomp by Doxel. Goes for the single leg camel stretch here. But Callius rolls his way free. Scoops him up. Big sit out potty slam. Holds the leg for the pin. But Doxel kicks out. Waiting for him to get up. He might be setting up for the splashdown here. There's the kick. There's the hook up. And instead goes with the crash landing. But only a 2 count. Waiting for him to get to his feet once again. Goes right back after him. Hard whip into the corner. But walks right into an elbow shot by Doxel. But Callius kicks the kicks in going. Doxel just has no answer for all those kicks, and now a big forearm strike. Head first into the turnbuckle, and now a forearm right into the kidneys. Doxel, desperate elbow to get free. Wraps him up. And has him locked in the Blood Hunter, trying to get the submission. Doesn't have him locked in well enough. Elbows his way free. And now Callius is going to take him into the corner, hard into the turnbuckle. Pulls him out, hard into it again. Spins him out, goes up second rope. Torpedo DDT there. Goes up second rope again. Waiting for Doxel to get to his feet. And a massive leaping forearm strike there. Wraps him up. And again. Goes for the crash landing. And Doxel is not getting out this time. And a big victory for Callius Lucidus. Big win for Callius here over a very well-venerated opponent, Doxel Rusabin. Big one for him here tonight. And now, this is the match that has a lot of us concerned here. Gelna's in singles action against Desiree Bouveau out of the Noir genre. She currently holds the women's bag of holding. That was our premium live event a few weeks back. She can cash that briefcase in anytime, anywhere, anyhow for a championship title match for the Lady of Valor Championship belt currently held by Cheryl Aronoma. But right now she will be in singles action against Gelna, one half of the Shield Maidens, who we said She and her tag team partner, Varja, to put it lightly, seem to be having issues as of late with each other. A lot of quarreling and disagreement and all that, to the point where they've had some singles actions to try to cool things down, maybe reset. But they keep appearing, and sometimes, like last week, Gelna was a singles match against Sable, one half of the tag team Sister Cyber. And Gelna got the clean win, fair and square. Then all of a sudden, Varja storms into the ring, starts beating up Sable, and Gelna literally has to run off her own tag team partner from attacking an opponent who was already beaten and, as most people would think, did not need any further abuse. So that just seems to have widened the gap a little bit more between the Shield Maidens. So we're hoping things have calmed down with them a little bit here, as we'll head right back to Diet Water Arena and watch Gelna versus Desiree Bouveau. All right, here she comes. This is Gelna, one half of the Shield Maidens. You can tell by the look, she is right out of the Nordic Handbook.
Making her way to the ring from Asgard, the Viking Gal!
She's the total Shield Maiden. According to some, especially her tag team partner Varja, saying she's in more for the glamour than the urge for battle. But she's shown herself the past few weeks to be more than capable of taking the battle to someone inside the ring. It's just that she does not seem to have as much bloodlust, for lack of a better way of saying it, that her partner Varja has. Makes her way into the ring, showing her own girl power strength here, I guess. Maybe appealing to the gods in Valhalla, I don't know. Looks like we are set and ready to go. And here comes her opponent. Desiree Bouveau holding that bag of holding briefcase.
And her opponent from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, beautiful Bravo!
The belle of every ball, singer, dancer, performer of stage and ring now. Desiree Bouveau, short time holding the Lady of Valor Championship belt until she lost it to Cheryl Aeronoma at Dice Mania. And looks like she's ready any time to try to cash that in and get that belt back. Gelna's got the game face going. Desiree saying, bring it. Here's the bell, and here we go. Big strike there by Gelna onto Desiree. Big stomp to the back of the leg, rolls her over, flips her back. And now stump pull her the right way and the wrong way. But walks right into a quick kick by Desiree. Swing and a miss on the slap. Gelna takes it full advantage, picks her up. Massive power slam straight down. Now starts cranking on the neck. Cranking on it hard. Trying to slow Desiree down. Desiree's speed and technique, whereas Gelna's a little bit more on the brute force side. Waits for her to get up. Collar elbow hookup going, and Desiree somehow gets a power advantage. Pushes her into the ropes. Ref looking for a clean break and gets one. And Desiree comes right back in. Goes up from behind, leg scissors. Has her set up, and she's got the accordion rack going there on the ropes. Releases it as in the 5 seconds like told. Waits. Double axe handle shot from behind. And now Desiree not taking any chances, going for some ground and pound. Finishes with a slap across the face, a big stomp. Goes at her again, another shot to the head it looks like. Rolls her over, grabs the feet, but no, Gelna pushes her right off. Goes to the corner, waits for Desiree to get to her feet, and comes charging in. Big elbow shot. Looks like she got a little hip action in there as well. Big stomp, and now that armored boot right on the chest and throat of Desiree. Down she goes. Gelna goes up second rope, beckoning Desiree to get to her feet. And a massive double axe handle. Now the stomps occur. Wait a minute. That's the music for Varja. What's she doing here? Gelna's looking for her. Desiree takes advantage. Big elbow shot there off of the ropes. Could that be all the distraction Desiree needs? Gelna gets up on the ropes, gets pulled away into the ropes. Big super kick. Hit her with the high heel, going for the pin, but only a 2 count. Grabs her by the leg, big stomp to the back of the hamstring. Grabs the leg, and now going for a heel hook. Twisting on it. You gotta wonder what Varja was up to using that distraction. Gelna pushes Desiree off again. Wraps her up, rolls her over, and the high heel! Nails her with it, holds her down, but Gelna's in the ropes. Has to break the pin. Desiree mocks her to get up, but Gelna's already climbing up. And Desiree's ready, throws her off the top rope. Misses with the stomp. Big shoulder block by Gelna. Leaps over. Lets out a war cry as Desiree gets to her feet. Scooped up. Big slam in the middle of the ring. Now Gelna's just waiting. As the arms. She's going for the Valkyrie slam. Here it comes. Nothing Desiree can do. Down she goes. Hooks the leg. And it's over. And one final dramatic pose, and the victory, despite her own teammates' interference, goes to Gelna. You gotta wonder, is this tag team on last legs? Is this some spat that they can work out on their own? What's going on here? So while we wait for the dust to settle on that, it's time for our first title match here of the night. For those of you not familiar with Grappler's Keep, we have a fighting championship, one for the men, one for the women. We call it the Hunter's Mark. When you win that belt by defeating someone else, every time we have a stream, whether it's a regular stream like this or a premium live event like we have coming up in just a couple of weeks with the Dirty Deeds premium live event, that belt must be defended every time we have a stream. If you successfully bear the Hunter's Mark 4 times in a row, you automatically, the next stream, whether it is a regular stream or a premium live event, you get a title shot. In this case, for Ben, would be for the Master of Melee Men's Championship belt, currently held by his stablemate, Novar Xanatron, or on the women's side for the Lady of Valor Championship belt. So right now going against him is one of his and his faction's biggest rivals, Lore O'Dowda, out of the Triangle, the group led by, as you see here, Jarduk Munka. We saw Curtis the Pistol Powell earlier. He will be at their sides. So this will be his second time bearing the Hunter's Mark. We'll see if he can get halfway to a title shot. Ben was our original Grappler's Keep Master of Melee champion. Will he have a shot to get that belt back? Let's go back to Diet Water Arena and find out.
The following is scheduled for one fall and is for the Men's Internet Fighting Championship.
I'll set that up for the other announcer. Oh well. Coming out first, it is the Triangle led by Jarduk Munka. You see Curtis the Pistol Powell to his right, and to his left will be our wrestler here tonight. Lore O'Dowta is our gentleman thief, a sneaky rogue just for the fun and for the profit. As they talk all way down, nothing Jarduk would like more than to get that belt away from Novar Zanitro. Novar defeated Jarduk Munka for the championship belt. Nothing he would like more than to get the belt back into the possession of the Triangle. As they talk things over, Jarduk giving everyone their marching orders, especially to Lore. All right, everyone else is outside the ring. Lore is still inside. And there they are. Doxley you saw earlier. To the left is Ben de Mustaine, our red dragonborn, paladin of Bahamut, warlock of Tiamat, making his way down towards the ring. His second defense and bearing of the Hunter's Mark. See them encouraging each other here. Old friends. They used to be tag team partners before they decided they were better off on their own. No animosity. One of the few times you see a break without animosity. They're finding unity with their stablemate Novar, as well as having someone to fight against. That would be the Triangle. And looks like they are ready to go. This is the belt they're competing for here tonight. This is the Men's Hunter's Mark. Let's send it back down to ringside.
Introducing the challenger from Avalon, weighing in at 228 pounds, gentlemen, Lord! And his opponent from Avalon, weighing in at 232 pounds, the Men's Internet Fighting Champion, Ben the Dragon!
Holding the belt in his hands. And takes one last look before he hands it off. He lost his championship to the Dungeon Master, who cashed in the Hunter's Mark. Nothing he would like more, maybe, than to cash that in to get his championship back. Lore chomping at the bit, ready to go. Ben staying loose. Title match of the night. Here we go. There's the bell. And Lore comes right in with the chops and shots. Goes for the waist lock. Everyone else watching in. Ben trying to get loose. Try to get some offense going of his own, but Lore's got him locked up pretty tight. Now rolls him over into a pin, but doesn't even get a one count before Ben's able to get loose. Big knee to the back. Big stomp to the back of the head. And now he's waiting for Ben to get to his feet. Leaps over and nice little missile drop kick there from the top rope. Rolls Ben over. It's like he doesn't know what he wants to do. He's trying to stay behind him. spins him over. Skullcracker into a modified clothesline. And now the ground and pound begins. Ben trying to pull himself up with the ropes, knowing that two ends are behind, and he gets shoulder blocked, and Lore accidentally takes out his own faction mates at the same time. You can see the stare he's giving to Darduck as Lore is arguing with Doxel, giving Ben time to recover, get back in, and Ben takes advantage. Ripcord right into a massive lariat. Did you see the flip on that one? Hard whip into the ropes. Drops down. Leapfrogs over. Pop up right into a punch. Springboard moonsault nails him. Stomp misses there. Lore comes right in. Kind of a running neck breaker, almost like a sling blade, but not quite. Going up top. Knee drop. He totally missed the target there. May have injured himself. Can Ben take advantage? Big flurry of blows. Wrenching the wrist, but big forearm strike by Lore to get free. Double hook. Into the slam there. Stomp to the back. And now more ground and pound by the Gentleman Rogue. Another stomp. Lets out a war cry. Waiting for Ben to get to his feet. Quick kick. Hits him with the thieves' cant. Hooks the leg. And he kicks out at 2. He can't believe it. He thought he had it there. A lot of shock there, but not enough awe. Follows with a knee drop. Rolls him over. Another knee drop to the head. Ben struggling to get to the ropes to climb up, to get to his feet. Lore lets him. Now has him trapped in the corner. Face first into the turnbuckle, wrenching the arm around the rope, has to break by the 5 count and does. And now he's going to alley-oop him out of the corner. Pulls him up to his feet. But now Ben gets loose, elbows his way free. Collar elbow hookup, whip into the ropes. Pops him up, knee shot, and a massive roundhouse kick. Goes to the ropes. Nails him with the dragon dive. But he's not done yet. Leaping senton of sorts over the top rope misses, but Lore still down, does not lose any momentum. Wraps him up, and he's going to hit him with the Eldritch Slam. Hooks the leg. Goes for the pin. But he kicks out at 2. Lore still hanging in. Big kick to the back by Ben. And now he's going to go ground and pound as the rest of the triangle watches on in concern. Pulls him up. Nice page turn reversal by Lore. He's going to go right for a pin. And it's over. We have a new bearer of the Men's Hunter's Mark. And the Triangle's got to be happy. This could be their ticket to getting the Master Melee belt back in the hands of the Triangle. All right, now for the women's side of the Hunter's Mark here, our current bearer of the Women's Hunter's Mark is our female superhero character, Komona. This is her 3rd time bearing the Hunter's Mark. She's already won twice. She's 2 wins away from earning a title shot against Cheryl Aronoma. She'll be going up against our halfling druid, Jayla Fastshadow. So we have fantasy up against the superhero realm. So let's head right back to Diet Water Arena.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Women's Internet Fighting Championship.
Coming out first is the challenger. Solemn and devout to the land, just do not make her mad or insult the natural world. She is Jayla Fast Shadow. Making her way down towards the ring. Very formidable force inside the ring. She no longer carries the torch in with her anymore. The fire marshals had us put a big stomp onto that. She says that's all right. All she needs is the fire within. And we have seen that from her time and time again as she makes one final prayer and has herself ready to go. And here comes her opponent, the current bearer of the Women's Hunter's Mark, the green member of the superhero team known as the Lightning League. She is Komona. Here to defend the world and the ring from all threats. Has really made a name for herself here in Grappler's Keep. He's hoping this title shot, this chance with the Hunter's Mark, will earn her that coveted title shot against Cheryl Aronoma for the Lady of Valor Championship belt. Mona said last season she was very nervous about how well she would do, but she says now those first year jitters are away and we've seen a more focused, more confident, for sure, Pomona here in the ring as this season is gone. Bring that belt proudly around the waist, ready to trade it in if she can for the one higher up. And looks like she is set and ready to go. This is the belt that they are competing for. This is the women's version of the Hunter's Mark. Let's take it back again down ringside.
Introducing the challenger from Avalon, Jay Lance Flash Shade.
There's Jayla Fast Shadow ready to go.
And her opponent from Neo, Osaka, the Women's Internet Fighting Champion, Green Hero.
Holding the belt up proudly for all to see. Hands the belt graciously over to the ref, shows it to Jayla. Says that's the belt she wants. She held it once or twice last season. Would like to get it back again. Jayla's loose and ready to go. Pomona has game face going. Here's the bell. Our second title match of the night. Collar elbow hookup, middle of the ring. And now converts over to this waist lock by Komona. Has her locked in pretty good, trying to squeeze the air out, but look at the strength of Jayla Fast Shadow. Pulls herself free and reverses the hold now. Komona trying desperately to get loose. Hard to breathe and make moves like when you're wrapped up like that. Now Jayla goes for the pin, but not even a 1 count. Big stomp to the hands. May have felt that she was losing the grip. Now a couple of stomps to the arm. Walking around her. I don't know if that's some sort of druidic chant she's doing there or what. But she's ready for Komona. Another collar elbow hookup. And Komona gets the power position up against the ropes. The ref wants a clean break and gets one. Komona comes right in with a slap. They hook up again. Struggling for position, and nice little wrist lock by Komona there, by Jayla on Komona there. Almost had her down to a knee, tries to get loose, wrenches that arm again, pulls it down, and now she's got her down to the knee again. Komona trying to get loose, trying to get a position, and it wrenches it again and just throws her across the ring into the ropes. Springboard misses. She got tangled. Kimona takes advantage. Hard whip into the rope. She slips in the middle of the ring. Doesn't hit the kick. A lot of glitches in this match so far. Now Kimona, arm to the back, throws her up and over the ropes. Forearm strike. Another forearm shot. Has her there on the second rope. Chin drop on the second rope and down onto the Eldritch Blast safety mat she goes. Kayla back on her feet, throws Kimona right into the steel steps. Pulls her up to her feet. And now throws her down towards the other corner. Kayla up on the apron now, is up on top rope. Kimona rolls back in, turns around, and gets hit with the double axe handle. Mocking, waiting for her to get to her feet. She goes to second rope, springboard drop kick. Nailed her flush. Pulls her up, runs to the ropes. Big running knee shot. Another big stomp as Jayla's trying to take control of the match here. Another big kick. Kimona tries to get up and no, slammed right back onto her face. Big stomp to the leg. What's going on here? Who's interfering with this match here from the Judgment Day? What are they doing interfering here? I don't know what it is, but it's giving Kimona time to recover. Attacks Jayla from behind, but not enough. Is WWE so scared of us they have to start invading our show again? Knee to the back of the head, and now Jayla goes up. Second rope. Waiting for her to get to her feet. Missile drop kick once again. Interruption this time did not help Kimona. Rolling neck snap to the side and down goes Kimona. Grabs the leg, elbow drop, and now has the leg scissor just pounding on Kimona's knee. Can only take so much, working that druidic magic once again, it looks like. Kimona gets to her feet. Springboard leg drop misses, but Kimona's still out of it, not able to take advantage. Whip into the ropes. Kimona blocks that one, gets a shot in. Throws Kayla into the ropes and goes right in. Hits her with Green Thunder out of nowhere. And kicks out. That may have been desperation as much as anything else. Kimona now looks like she's revitalized here. Jayla up to her feet. Nasty enziguri kick by Kimona. Jayla pulls herself up in the corner. Kimona waits. Big running forearm shot, hits her up. Nails her with the bulldog. Goes up. Second rope. Waits for her to get to her feet. Launches massive missile drop kick. Now what? What's Alexa Bliss doing here? Just when things are going right for Kimona. Oh! It's half of Paws and Claws, hits her with a DDT and runs out. The ref didn't see it. Holds the arm down for the pin. Is Kimona going to have the belt stolen? No. She gets herself back up. The strikes continue. Big back body drop. That was Jiashi from Paws and Claws interfering with the match. Big elbow drop by Jayla. Now goes for the pin, but only a 2 count. Lots of shock in this match, but no one's been able to get up enough awe. Kimona gets up to her feet, wraps her up, has her up, nails her with the entangle, and that's going to be it for Kimona. We have had interferences all over in this match tonight. Numerous people wanting to make sure Kimona did not get that belt back. And it's now in the possession of Jayla Fast Shadow. So we've had the belts changed twice here tonight. Both of them here tonight. We will have new people bearing the Hunter's Mark next week. Now we go into Superhero versus the Weird Wild West as Feline Locke, our Queen of the Frost Realm, will be going up against Goldie Boone out of the Weird Wild West. Yeah, you gotta wonder there, Krellin. Give her an atta girl. She had everything back going her way, and then all of a sudden that interference from Jiashi. And you gotta wonder what Jiashi's motive is behind that, since she's in the tag team division, not in the singles. So she doesn't compete for the Hunter's Mark. Unless Jayla, being a druid, has some sort of control, can execute some sort of control over the feline side of the Tabaxis. Well, Krellin, if you want, you are a tier 1 member, a subscriber of the channel. You can become her manager if you so like. Let me know and we can create a wrestler for you. We can talk about that later off stream. So you can do like Wandering Silence is doing here for Goldie Boone as we return to Diet Water Arena. And they're going right into it here, no delay. And we have collar elbow hookup here right in the center of the ring. And now Feline pushes Goldie into the corner. Ref wants a clean break and gets it. Big kick there by Feline, pushing her back in the corner. Goldie elbows her way free. And a big shot to the gut. Collar elbow hookup again. Now she's pushing Feline into the corner. Has her there again. The ref wants a clean break, gets one. And now Goldie comes in with the shot. Wraps the arm around the rope. Ghost Rider throws her right into the turnbuckle. Double axe handle shot. 4 strikes. Pulls her out and throws her through and into the ring post. The shoulder hit the ring steel post for sure. Big stomps there. Runs to the other corner. Big running knee shot ever since Wandering Silence took over. Sometimes they can, Krellin. Yes, I think they can. Or maybe they can create some of their own. Sounds like a perfect time for sure. Yes, I'll get with you later. Elbow drop by Goldie onto the knee. Big stomp to the ankle. Wraps her up, hard whip into the ropes. Shot misses on both ends, but Goldie goes right back after a big clubbing forearm shot. Double axe handle. We've seen a little bit of a meaner streak out of Goldie ever since Wandering Silence took over. Massive knee drop from the second rope. Rolls her over. Goes for the pin. But only a 1 shot. Only a 1 count. Pulls her up. Goes to the ropes. Double axe handle, but no. Feline gets the boot up before Goldie can get there. That moment of hesitation may have cost her. Big boot there, walks right into a snap DDT by Feline. Holds her down for the pin. Doesn't even get a 1 count, and Goldie kicks out. Throws her up and over the rope. Big forearm strike there, has her wrapped up. And a chin drop on the second rope, and down goes Goldie onto the Eldritch Blast safety mats. Double axe handle misses. Goldie got out of the way, nobody home. Now Feline coming right back after, though, picks her up and a shin breaker right onto the Eldritch Blast safety mats and really rolls over her like sometimes happens. The inner Cowgirl Fury. That could be it too. Maybe you just release something that's already been there. Big drop kick to the back by Feline Locke. Pulls her up to her feet. Big series of chops. Goldie gets out of the way of the last one. Throws Feline down into the corner, rolls back into the ring by the 7 count. Can Feline get back in? The count's at 8. And she will be in well in time. Comes right in and goes right on the ground and pound. Feline pulls her up to her feet, wraps her up, hits her with the snowball, but walks right into a quick kick by Goldie. Has her wrapped up with the arm. Big kick to the gut, another kick to the gut, and pulls her into a lariat. Goes up, knee drop. Flips her over to her onto her belly, pulls her up, big knee strike to the jaw. And now just waits for Feline to get to her feet. Wraps her up, scoops her up. And a rib breaker. Measures things out, flips her over again. Feline trying to get to her feet. Nail rake down the back. Big kick there, wraps her up, and looks like she hits the avalanche. Feline Luck hits the avalanche, goes for the pin. And only kicks out at 2. Big kick to the back. Feline goes outside. He's going to go up top. Big body splash and nails it. Big stomp to the arm, knee to the back. As Feline tries to get control back, stomp to the shoulder. Another stomp. Goldie rolls out of the way, goes for the elbow shot, but big tackle by Feline and more ground and pound. Walks right into a quick kick by Goldie. Hard whip into the ropes. Big spinning elbow shot. Pulls her up to her feet and nice little double axe handle there by Feline. Needs a boot count, yeah. Puts her up on the top turnbuckle, not a safe place to be. Just knocks her right off the turnbuckle onto the Eldritch Blast safety mats. Now is going to leap senton from the top rope onto the mats outside the ring. Feline wraps her up, hits the snowball again outside the ring. Pulls her up. Throws her down towards the steps. I don't know if she hit him or not. She may have stumbled off of him. Pulls him up to her up to her feet as the count goes to 5. Throws Goldie back inside the ring. They'll be both in time well before the 10 count. Rolls her over, goes right for the pin. And all the damage inside the ring did the trick. And the victory goes to Feline Locke. Yeah, that got nasty there outside the ring there, Wandering Silence. Goldie did her best, but the Frost Queen was as cold as ice out there. A big win for Feline Locke. All right, and now we have our final match of the night. We have, as we talked about earlier, stuff going on with Varja and Gelna. We won't rehash it. She's going to be going up against our women's champion, former women's champion, Warble. So let's go right to our match as we go to our main event. All right, now you should be able to hear me. Sorry about that. As I said, Varja and Gelna have something weird going on between them. These two tag team partners, it looks like they're heading towards former status here. She's picking up the mic. What's going on here? She's not going after Warble. She's throwing out an open challenge to Gelna to come out here right now and face her face to face. Gelna's already wrestled here tonight. She's challenging Gelna to come out, and she's coming. Oh my goodness. We have Gelna. She's already been in a match here earlier. I don't know what's going on here as I fix my camera here. A little bit of an issue here. Look, technically I should get things fixed back up. So Gelna's making her way down to the ring. I don't know what's going on here, people. Looks like these two have had enough with each other, and looks like they want to solve things here inside the ring. Is this going to be a match to reconcile? Is this going to be is this signifying the separation and dissolving of the Shield Maidens? We don't know, everyone, but we're going to probably very soon find out. Varja is set. Gelna's ready to go. You gotta wonder what Gelna's got left in the tank after having that match earlier. And here they go. Collar elbow hookup in the middle of the ring. Has her wrap Gelna in a headlock there. Nice reversal there into a waistlock by Gelna. Smart move here. Try to keep Varja under control. There's the next snap there. Snap mirrors her down, has that reverse chin lock going pretty tight. And now has that arm down, Gelna's trying to get loose. Throwing the punches, a big one, and down goes Varja. Stomp right to the back of the leg, take that vertical base away from Varja. Has her up. Oh, walks right into an enziguri by Varja. Just holds her down with one foot. Flexing some strength. Big stomp to the back. Stomps on the arm. Another stomp to the arm. And now the back and body stretcher just pulling her back. Gelna trying to get up to her feet. And does. Flips Varja off of her. We'll see how much damage that hold has done. Collar elbow hookup once again. He trying to get position, and now a nice little wrist maneuver there by Gelna. Has Varja locked up. Cranking on that wrist. Cranks on it again and jerks on the arm. Really twisting on that wrist. Varja trying to get loose. Tries to get herself free and now reverses it onto Gelna. Now Gelna's on the receiving end. Snaps the arm, twisting on that again. Gelna trying to find a way to reverse or get loose somehow. Gelna has superior position, now goes right into a hammerlock. Has that arm chicken wing behind the back. Cranking on the arm of Gelna. Trying to wear her down. Her endurance is going to be lower because of the match she was in earlier. Now just trips her down. She may have been losing the grip, but either way, throws her down. Hard whip into the ropes. Scoops her up. Big body slam. Now she's going to go up. Top rope. Big body splash from the top. Works her way around. Wraps the legs up. Looks like she's going. She's trying to lock in the Trojan horse. Gonna try to make her submit. Make her tap out. And she does. Gelna taps out. Varja throws her to the side. And Varja gets the victory. I think, everyone, we have seen the end of the Shield Maidens as we know it. This is pretty serious stuff here, as we've had one of our original tag teams apparently has split. So, you remember last week we were talking about how submission holds weren't doing much? I think we've seen that they're back in action. So, that is our show here this week. I hope you enjoyed everything that we had tonight. In our show, we schedule B for the rest of the week will be back on Monday. My daughter and I will be having family night at the Emporium, as we will be working on another day in the House of Tesla. We worked our way outside the buildings. Now we're out trying to get outside, probably to some of the other stuff here, and find out what all is going on. So that'll be on Monday. Wednesday, we'll be back with Skyrim for a Kentucky Hawkeye in Jarl Balgru's court. Last week, I got off work late and just really didn't have the time or energy to go after getting things all set up and ready to go. But we'll make up for that here this next coming week. Maybe get on a little bit early, get a little bit extra time this coming week. And then we'll be back here Saturday as we see what's going to be the toll here. Are the Shield Maidens no more? Was this what they needed to do to get back together and get on the same page? I don't know, but we will find out next week. So, things we have going here. So, as we've talked about the ways to subscribe, we're going to see, hopefully we'll be sitting soon on Krellin. We will be seeing him taking over managership duties for Kimona. We'll see if that can help her out, especially maybe to find out who this conspiracy was against her, making sure that she would not get it. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with there. Other ways you can support us. We have merch. We do have merch available. We have t-shirts, hats, and such, and we have the insulated mugs here for Grappler's Keep, for the Emporium, and for our sponsor, Diet Water. We also have the nice little cozies here along with the insulated mugs. We have the short and the tall available. That's another, and we also have there's stickers and stuff available. Well, if you see something on Fourth Wall that you would like, let us know, and we will try to make that happen for you. I create and build custom GM screens for people. I have my own Etsy shop for that. I'm working on a brand new design that I'm hoping to get out here in the next few weeks. I've got the base. I've figured out how to make the base that I want to make for this, and now it's going to be a matter of getting everything together, make sure everything works. So very soon we may be announcing a new style of GM screen that I think might be a little bit revolutionary. I'm not sure, but we'll find out how well it goes over. That'll be on the Etsy shop. If you like what you see here, come join us on Discord. We have sections to talk about all of the games that we have going on here. We have sections for people to show off their creativity. My wife and daughter they are creative that way with outfits and quilts and stuff like that. I'm creative with the stuff I make for the Etsy shop and stuff, and the graphics that I've created here for the show. Some of these are I've farmed out for, and some of them I've done myself. So we enjoy promoting people's creative activities here. So please, we have sections there for that as well. We also have a special section called the Prayer Closet. Here in our household, we deeply believe in the power of prayer. We know that it's real. We know that it's powerful. We know that it works. We've seen it time and time again with our friends and family all around us. So if you have a need, if you have a concern, if you have a request, please place it there in the prayer closet, and you'll be going on the prayer list. This isn't just a thoughts and prayers and then nobody does anything about it. I keep the prayer list on Evernote so I know what's going on and everyone who's on it, so we can track who's there and how the results are coming from those. So please take advantage of this kind of spiritual support if you would like it. If it's something that's a little bit private, it's a little bit personal, you don't want all the internet to know about it, but you would still like that kind of support, just use the praying hands emoji. We'll take that as what we call an unspoken request, which means God knows what it is. You know what it is. We don't know, but we don't have to know the nitty-gritty details. All we need to know is that the need is there, and we'll be praying for you just as hard as if we knew what's actually going on. So please take advantage of that if you would like that kind of support. So let us see who we want to share the love with and raid here tonight. Let's see who's available that we know of. Show me all these different WWE groups here. I don't know if we want to do that or maybe find someone we're following here. Let's see who else is on. Let's see. We got Gordon McLeod is on. We have PB Plays Inside. We got someone doing a stream anniversary. We could probably go ahead and give them a little bit of support. So let's go raid Gordon McLeod, I believe is how we say it. We're going to go ahead and raid them. So we'll get this set up and ready to go. So until next time, everyone, may green be the grass below you, may blue be the sky above you, may straight be the path before you, and warm be the hearts that love you. Good night, everybody.
It is the best Twitch channel that is secretly an old-timey ice cream parlor on either side of the Mississippi, or the Rockies. And you should hear about the specials. Monday nights is Bonnie's Bonbons, cream extravaganza with all the float sodas and sundaes you can shake a stick at. I can shake a stick at quite a lot of Sundays, but there is also a Fudge Rodin Sunday special on Tuesdays, and the famous 1, 2, 3 parfait on Wednesdays, where wrestlers meet up in the squared circle to work out their differences with some healthy wrestling-style fisticuffs. It is all good, clean fun. Hawkeye's old-time gaming emporium. Their milkshakes bring all the gamers to the yard, and their content is more exciting than any Nickelodeon. Take your horse and buggy to their address, twitch.tv/KY Hawkeye.
This has been a Diet Water production.